Welcome back, guys, and thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. It is Monday, guys, which means here's some more MUT content for you. So let's dive right into it. Today, we're going to take a look at the offense. I already showed you guys pretty much what I'm trying to do with the defense. So now we're going to take a look at the offense, and I have this 87 overall Peyton Manning that I was able to get for very, very cheap, guys. Very cheap. I mean, like you guys said, I need to take advantage of the auction house. I did that, and as you can see, like I said, man, very cheap indeed. Now we're gonna just take a look at some of his measurables, as far as some of the things that are gonna work out pretty well for me. That's gonna be very, very convenient for me and very helpful. You're taking a look at clearly on the left side, Peyton Manning's measurables up against Alex Smith. There's no contest, guys. And we're gonna look at certain things like the throw accuracy and power and things like that. And like I said, clearly you can see Peyton Manning is going to be the better option. So I'm going to center my team around him. And as we continue to grow this thing, perhaps we'll get a better quarterback. But like I said, man, we're just getting started. We're just getting our feet wet. And, we're going to see what we can do. All right, now, look at this. This is probably interesting. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I have Tavon Austin at the #1 and I have Julio Jones at the #2. Well, the reason why, guys, I'm just trying to throw things off quite, a little bit as far as against my opponents. I'm going to put the speed guy on the outside in the #1 because most of the time guys are going to try to match up, or, they try to always have top-notch corners on the outside. So I figured maybe I'll have a speed guy to kind of take the #1 away, put a speed threat out there. Then have a guy like Julio Jones on the opposite side, or sometimes I might even work him in the slot to try to create some matchup problems. I also have Andre Johnson here, which of course he's not fast at the moment, but he definitely has, 92 catching traffic, 87 catch, pretty decent, pretty serviceable. So he's going to be my #3. All right, now at the #4, and this guy could work his way into #3 as well, I got Malcolm Floyd. Again, a big body guy, somebody who's able to catch in traffic, somebody who's probably able to pull off, some spectacular catches and things like that. Again, hopefully creating some matchup problems against my opponents. We'll see, because of course I'm probably going to be playing some guys, who are doing, playing MUT in a different format than I am as far as building their team. So I expect to run into guys who, have paid for, certain players and things like that. I understand that, and that's what's going to make it fun, man. That's what's really going to make this series fun, is, not spending any funds at all, just earning coins and going into the auction house and things like that. This is going to be a very interesting and fun series for me. All right, so again, you're looking at Quick here. Here's another guy that, is not really all that. He's done pretty good for me so far. I haven't played, with the lineup that I'm showing you right now, but he's been a guy, a #3 receiver that has done good for me. But, some of these guys are going to have to get demoted, obviously, because I'm trying to do a different lineup. Now here, you're looking at Dion Lewis. Now, let me explain to you guys why I have him as my starting running back. I'm also going to explain to you a little bit later in the video, what I'm trying to do as far as create the type of offense, the ground and pound type of style that I want to have with some weapons on the outside. Now, Dion Lewis is not really a ground and pound type of guy. He's a speed guy. But the thing is, I do run in between the tackles a lot, and a lot of times, sometimes for some strange reason, the smaller guys here, in Madden, and the quicker guys are able to get up in there a lot faster, and I'm pretty successful with them. Now, with that being said, I also want to have a power back for that same situation, short down situations, a guy that's, more physical, that can truck or, be able to break tackles. Now, noticing that, here in MUT, I'm not seeing a broken tackle or break tackle rating for these guys, so I can only assume that strength and trucking and things like that, would translate into a bigger back. So I'm definitely going to have to find a guy that I can use in the short yardage situation. Right now, it's Pierre Thomas. But like I said, Dion Lewis is just too valuable to sit down, catching out of the backfield and all of that. So he's going to be my starter right now. Now you're looking at Ep.5 right here. I think I'm saying his name correct, Ep.5. Basically, what you're going to see at my guard spots, you're going to see guys who are great run blockers. Like I said, unlike a lot of people that you hear play Madden, I run in between the tackles. So I look for guys, guards on both sides that have strong, big attributes in the run blocking category and strength and things like that. And as you can see, Chance Warmack and Lupati is going to be the guys that is going to help me out in that area. And then if you look out on the tackle side of things, I try to find a guy that has the long pass attribute, the LP, a guy that's, has pretty good pass blocking. Well, I'll say better than pretty good. I'm looking for guys that have, 90 or higher. I still have some work to do in that area, but, I try to go with the strength of the rating based on the style of play that I'm going to play. Like I said, I don't too much worry about the overalls per se until I can tell that the player is just not playing well. What I try to find is guys who have high marks in the areas that I want them to have high marks in. If they have, real high pass blocking and real high run blocking and things like that, and that's the particular attribute I'm looking for, then that's who I'm going to start. All right, and like I said, man, with it being Peyton Manning, basically, I'm trying to build a team, such like what he's had in real life. Tight end spot, I'm going to go with a guy who can catch and has a little speed. So as you can see, Green here, 92 speed. He has pretty decent catching. So we're going to see how he's going to fare. But like I said, man, looking at the Broncos team, Peyton Manning has, well, maybe not this year, but before he had pretty decent guards. They could run inside. And then he had, a couple pass blockers as far as like a left tackle was pretty solid. And then, on the outside, he has a speed guy, somewhat like Emmanuel Sanders. And then you'll have a big guy that's kind of your big play guy, Demaryius Thomas, and so forth. And then at the tight end spot, you think back to when he had a guy like Thomas. That's kind of the team I'm trying to build. So basically, guys, that's what I'm doing here. I wanted to let you know what my style of play will be and how my lineup will match up with that. So that's what you're seeing here, guys. Definitely, leave your thoughts, leave your comments, any tips, any opinions, anything you want to tell me, please feel free. I'm open to it. Like I said, guys, again, just getting my feet wet in this mud thing. But, I can see why it's fun. I can see why it's fun for some guys. Like I said, I'm not really the, the full-blown mud guy where I'm willing to, pay for players and all that. Like I said, this is a comfort zone for me. And it's going to be fun building the team and seeing what we can do with it. So, all right, guys, stay tuned, man. Coming up again, probably more gameplay, excuse me, on Wednesday. But, we'll see. It all depends on what type of footage I want to show you guys. So, thanks for tuning in. Leave your thoughts. Leave your comments. I promise it won't hurt you to hit that like button.
Once again, guys, thanks for coming by. And if you want to interact with me live, head on over to Sim Standard Radio every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, along with Smitty and Azure Fact. The call-in number for the show is down in the description. Now, of course, for more content, go ahead and click the link above. And before you go, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. All right, guys. Until next time, lights out.